So the Archpriest is going to go down, but we'll get a double draw, and I think that's more valuable. And they kill the Archpriest. They don't know what we're doing, obviously. And that's one of the benefits of playing these new organic decks that other people aren't, is they're not sure how to prioritize their removal. Just the general playlines are more confusing, or there's more options, and therefore more room for error on their behalf. And, you know, 2 Setessan Champions, 3 in play, potentially 4. Like, that really starts to add up. And even 5 with the Mimic. I never thought of that. So if you look at it, it's like we're holding 3 Setessan Champions in our hand right now, right? Which is pretty cool. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Today we're playing with something I guarantee you've never seen before, a Constellation based party deck within Bant colors, blue, green, and white. Oof. So if you're unfamiliar with what Constellation is, it is a unique trigger similar to Landfall that will trigger whenever an enchantment enters play. Each Constellation effect is different. The 2 Constellation cards we are utilizing and trying to break within the deck are Setessan Champion, a 1/3 with Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Setessan Champion and draw a card. This is absolutely amazing. And then beside it, for our other Constellation creature, we have the Protean Thaumaturge. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may have the Thaumaturge become a copy of a target creature, except it has this ability. So, you know, the Wizard is there, the Warrior is there, plus we have the Constellation abilities, which is really, really good. So, aside from that, we're filling out our party with the Archpriest of Iona. Its power is equal to the number of creatures in our party at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you have a full party, a target creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying until end of turn. That can potentially push the priest up to a 5/3 with flying for 1. I've never even seen value like that before in my life. You know, and then of course we do have the Luminarch Aspirant, another cleric, a 1/1, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. Typically, I like to put those counters elsewhere because they're going to remove the Luminarch as a priority because it is such high value. So if you put the counters on other creatures, then, you know, when the Luminarch is removed, that value that she provided will remain in play. And then we have our Glasspool Mimic. This is a shapeshifter rogue, 0/0. When it enters the battlefield, it can become a copy of a target creature we control, except it's a shapeshifter rogue in addition to its other types. Now, this has great synergies within the deck other than being a rogue for our party. And, you know, we do have a couple warriors on the back end as well. Squad Commander is a 3/3, and when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token for each creature in your party, so you can create up to 4 of them. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, creatures you control get +1 and gain indestructible until end of turn, which is very, very good, allowing you to attack in without any consequences of having your creatures blocked and die. We also have a single copy of Legion Angel, a 4/3 warrior with flying. When it enters the battlefield, we get to take a copy of it from our sideboard, putting it into our hand. And of course, we will have 3 additional copies in our sideboard for you to grab. And last but certainly not least, a single copy of Ashok's Erasure for 4, an enchantment for with flash, so you know you can cast it at instant speed. And when it enters the battlefield, exile target spell, doesn't matter what kind of spell it is, and then your opponent can't cast spells with the same name as the exiled card. When Erasure leaves the battlefield, they get to take that card that was exiled back into their hand. So you know they will have to spend mana to cast it, you get to take it. They'll have to spend mana to remove Erasure, then they'll have to spend mana to recast the spell. So they're using mana 3 times to cast a spell instead of once, so you can get some really good value through Erasure, slowing them down, taking their winning strategy, and then gaining all of that value on the back end through our Setessan Champion because it's an enchantment. So to recap, before we get too much further into it, we actually, no, we'll finish it off. So, you know, we have a Primal Empathy as an enchantment for 3. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest power among creatures you control on the battlefield. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. We have the Luminarch Aspirant, putting +1/+1 counters on creatures, plus the Empathy, so it won't take much time for us to have the most powerful creature in play. And then we're getting to use that draw engine, which is the key component here. Drawing an extra card every turn is amazing, especially for 3. And, you know, the enchantment, again, will trigger the Setessan Champion. We've got 2 copies of Warbriar Blessing for 2. Enchanted to a creature you control. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and will fight, you know, another target creature we don't control. So it's good to just remove things, and you know, you're getting the draw through the Setessan Champion. Plus, you're increasing the defense of your creature, which is pretty cool, right? So, you know, we are using the Luminarch Aspirant. We are using the Primal Empathy +1/+1s on our creatures. So you should be able to remove anything that they do play with the Blessing. And of course, as our last enchantment here, another aura with flash, this time for 2. Enchant creature you control. The creature will gain +1/+1 and hexproof until end of turn. So if there's any removal on your key components, like your champion, you'll just throw your Starlit Mantle on it, protect it, you're gonna get the draws, and it becomes a little bit stronger as well. So those are all of the cards within the deck, other than Alseid of Life's Bounty. I think we forgot about this. This doesn't fill a party mechanic, but it is an enchantment creature that can protect, you know, a creature in your party, which is really cool. Plus, it has a life gain, so, you know, if you are running into the aggro decks, you can stack your counters on your Alseid to gain some life back and try to mitigate their aggro. You can sacrifice it to give another enchantment or creature we control protection from the choice of our chosen color, whatever. So this is great in case they want to remove our champion again. So not only does the Alseid trigger the champion when it enters, but it can protect it on its way out as well. So with that all out of the way, let's break down why this deck is so good and so versatile. It all comes down to the Thaumaturge. A 1/1, Constellation enters battlefield, you can change it to another creature. 9 times out of 10, we're going right into the Setessan Champion. When you cast an enchantment, it goes on the stack. The Thaumaturge will turn into Setessan Champion before your enchantment enters play. And then when it enters play, it will trigger your Setessan Champion and the new copy of Setessan Champion, which is the Thaumaturge. That's amazing, right? That's going to get you a lot of value. We can also use our Glasspool Mimic to copy our Thaumaturge, ideally, because then we can switch which creature it copies every enchantment we play. Or if not, we just copy our champion, because that's where we're going typically anyways. So we can have 12 copies of Setessan Champion in play at once. I don't know, right? Woof. So it can become quite ridiculous. You know, if you do get a full party, you can even become your Thaumaturges into the Archpriest of Iona. So they're now all 5/3s with flying when they attack. So you can basically just end the game in one turn that way. The only thing that I'm really thinking that could change with the deck is we could use more Ashiok Erasure, just to protect us from Ugins, from Shatter the Skies, those general field wipes, extinction events that can still get at us. But other than that, this deck is an absolute miracle. I can't believe how well Party and Constellation have worked together to form, you know, such a magical deck. I've had so much fun playing this. I cannot even you know, convey that to you guys, that every now and again there's a stroke of genius that goes off. I get an original deck that slaps, and this is it. So let me know what you guys think. Can we adjust this deck any more? Can we make it stronger? Is the land right balance? Everything that you guys think, leave it down below in the comments. And of course, support the channel through a like. That really helps the engagement and the exposure of it. And yeah, subscribe to the channel for more content. Obviously, we have our 500,000 gem giveaway, cash prize tournaments that are free to enter every single month. And, you know, just a great community within the Discord. So get in on everything. You know, if you want to support me, you can do so on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and our Amazon link. We do have exclusive content for our YouTube members, so that could be something you're into, trying to give back value to our supporters as much as I can. So enjoy this Bant Constellation party deck, you guys. It's an absolute dream. I know you're gonna love it. The gameplay footage is really good today, and you know, I'm looking forward to improving this deck and taking it into Mythic rank. So thank you for your time and attention. Don't forget to watch to the end for some exciting news that we have for you guys today, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Woof, going first. I think we've got the land kind of ironed out. That's a nice drop. I'm trying to utilize the Setessan Champion, Constellation, and party mechanics all in one. Let's keep this one drop to throw in later, because it's easy to sneak 1 mana in. you know, for example, next turn we can put a 2-drop and a 1-drop, or we could just go with our 3-drop. Looking for our second blue source for the Erasure, which is basically just going to protect us against a field wipe. You know, those late game shenanigans that ruin the deck, and Ugin will shut us down completely. So just dealing with those reset buttons. They're ramping, that's fine. We have to take double white if we want to double drop here, which I think is our best bet. It's either that or we get punished by not playing our champion by drawing an enchantment next turn. I don't want to get punished, so let's be as reasonable as we can. Let's take our hit. In for 3. Typically, you know, any aggro damage we can get in is beneficial, and the majority of our wins will come from just value, right? Getting too much value, and our opponent's like, well, I'm done with that. They went wide, they went big, and they bashed in. Garrett is big, right? Big boy. So we need an... Okay, land's actually not that bad, but it's not great. So sneaking our second champion in with our Archpriest. I'm worried about removal on the Luminarch here, so this is quite frightening for me. So let's put the token on the Archpriest and we'll pass, no attacks. Because I'm pretty sure no matter what we do, there's removal on the Aspirant. So, you know, by kind of spreading the value of the Aspirant, then at least we're going to have some of that value remain on board once it gets removed. Just straight to the henge. That's so hot. The great henge, you guys, right? Oh my god. Okay, no removal. They get the draw. Double draw at that. Woo. Well, this is going to be a hard match to win. I'm talking about going wide with value. They're going even wider with value. We don't have that second blue source yet, which sucks, but, you know, we are going wide like we had planned. Let's just push up our Archpriest. Man, do we swing in? Try to get this Yorvo out of play? No. Let's hold off. Play defensively. We need some enchantments to get these draws rolling off the champion. Mammoth in play. Gets a draw. +1 counter. Yorvo gets a counter. Oh my god. Beanstalk Giant. Fertile Footsteps for a land. Landfall's fine, no haste. Again, landfall's fine, no haste. Cultivate. Oh my god. This is a little bit upsetting. I've not been bashed by mono green this hard in a while. Right? It's so hard to come back once the henge is in play. And we get not the draw that we need whatsoever. Our best bet is to slowly and quietly get the Archpriest of Iona flying, right? And then we can smash in, hopefully, for a good amount of damage. I'm worried here. They got 10 land. Like, I don't even know. 9/9, 8/8, 6/6, like any fight effects and we're done. They've got 4 mana available still through the Visionary. Let's take that up to 6 actually because of the Elysian Cartrid. Oof. Serpent for 5. They left the Visionary untapped. It goes to 6 from the Henge. Wow, right? There's not much of a chance for us. So this is nice. At least it's an enchantment. We get a double draw. Triple draw. So we're still kind of showing you guys the combo. And of course now we get all the land in the world. Nothing we really need. And at this point, we are so screwed, it's not even funny. You know, I kind of want to get in there with life gain, but I don't know if that'll work. Let's hold the phone, end our turn. We can stop whatever they play this turn, or one of those things. Obviously, we're going to save it for a fight effect. You know, a universal trample. Something that kind of really screws with us. That's all their mana, so I'm going to take the triple draw. Just keeping a copy of the Setessan Champion. Starlit Mantle's great. Primal Empathy's great. Temple is not the worst. Can we survive this attack? Ooh! Right? Taking 12, gaining 1 back. Puts us at what, 9? We gain awesome field advantage. We're gonna take a triple draw. Woo! It's all about the value, baby. I cannot believe we won that match. Alright, well, I mean, that's gonna happen. This goes to show you that the Mythic rank's no different than the so-called play queue rank. Do we really need a second? Well, I wouldn't mind it. So greedy, right? We definitely shouldn't be keeping a second champion, but we're gonna do it. So I think we'll play slow now, just so we can play as champion on curve, and we'll sneak this Luminarch out whenever. It's super duper prone to removal, so I'd rather play it when we can protect it with a mantle. Once there's a champion in play as well too, right? So we're gonna get a draw off the protection. Given they don't, you know, just immediately remove the champion when it's played, and that's probably a good possibility there as well. Crack our passage. You know, we don't really need anything other than the planes. These Setessan Champions are like really wanting to show themselves. I imagine they play a land into their Llanowar Elf. No, that's the immediate removal that we were expecting. Hopefully we get an Alseid off top. No. That makes me want to play slow. There it is. And let's just keep out with these champions. And this way we can drop a second champion and that Alseid, which is kind of what we wanted to do last turn. But we got removed. So it's, you can kind of see how I write our narrative for what's going to happen in the game before it happens. And now this can be a useful skill as long as you keep a good positive mindset, at least from your perspective. And, you know, Always good play lines, you know, kind of countering what you think they're going to do. They're tapped here, so here comes the Champino. Champano. We could also protect it, right? Now that's going to be a question worth asking is, should we just protect it? If they don't remove it, we get nothing. We can still protect it with Alseid. Let's try to get our draws done first before we play our land. So we're going to keep the land open as a passage, just so they're not thinking about it. And then we're also thinning our library. We can attack here for 2. We've defensive play against the Visionary, but I think it's going to be used to ramp. They're playing to 5. Visionary is 6. Adventurous Impulse costs 1, down to 5 available mana. Look at the top 3 cards for your library. Reveal a creature or a land card from among it, putting it into your hand. The rest go wherever. It's another Visionary. You know, I'm sure this is just Ugin ramp, and that's sad. So we do definitely want to find our way into our Ashiok's Erasure if we can. And now I've been thinking about increasing the number of erasures that we run, because it seems to be quite helpful in the deck. It's a nice enchantment that triggers our stuff, instant speed, that still can punish our opponent quite nicely. So that's their turn, 2 mana left. Let's thin our library here. We can take a island. So we are still wanting to hold up our Starlit Mantle. Taking the draw is good. It's not quite what we want. And we can sneak in an Archpriest. And we can take our hits for 6. So they're sitting on 7 available mana. They drop to 8. We don't have the answer for Ugin. You know, it is what it is. The deck's still working very nicely. We have a Cleric in hand, just looking for a wizard. If they had it, they would have done it. Right? -3 on our whole field is an easy decision to make. So, it is not. It is definitely a good card, though. Vivian can play creatures from the top of the deck. It can make a 3/3 with Vigilance, Reach, or Trample. And it can -2 to cast a creature with lesser converted mana cost than the one you just cast. Which is good, too. Reach. You know, we do have the access to flying. I do, so we should still draw a card. Do we take a double draw here and just cycle it? No, let's be smart. Let's keep it. Let's flood. This needs to be a plains. So, you know, we're ready for this Ugin. Let's try to kill Vivian. They should be double blocking the 3/5. And then single blocking the 4/6, but I don't know. Alright, the double block on the champion is well worth it. Just kidding. I like to say things that are wrong out loud on my stream in case people do them. So, you know, we could go up to 6 here, and that's going to help us survive. And then we still have mana for our Alseid bounty if we want. Taking the double draw, and actually gain another +1/+1 because of the enchantment. So we wipe their field. Right, a little instant speed shenanigans never hurt. And look at this field state. This is amazing. This is a board that only Ugin can deal with. Well, I mean, I guess more than Ugin, but he would be good at it. We have a Glasspool Mimic. You know, the commander. Doesn't really matter because we already have warriors. They're going for the draw. 5 cards in hand still. Plus a Planeswalker in play. Quite frightening. Alright, protecting ourselves from black. They're gonna have to do it on the stack if they want it. Nope. Rider goes to the graveyard because it is unable to connect, therefore fizzles. And they kill the other. I would have done this one on the stack. So that's cool, they get rid of a champion. You know, it's definitely not bad. This draw through the empathy is amazing. Let's copy our champion. Then we take the 4. I don't think we really need 5 because we want to hold this up. Or do we just go in with it? I kind of want to. Another Archpriest can go. We need a wizard is what we need. And we really should just hold this up. Good game. Woo! So much value once you can get going. Alright, I'm still reeling off that last match. There's not a lot of land here. I mean, it is, but I want to use the Mimic. So, it's pretty gross. You know, abusing multiple copies of one card can get quite out of hand. You know, we do have the Mage or whatever that can become a copy of a creature, and then we also have the Glasspool Mimic that can do the same. More specifically, become the copy of the wizard, and you know, then those copies can kind of transform to which creature you want most at that time. Typically, the Setessan Champion is just like where we go to, but it might come to a point where we have a full party and we want to switch a couple of them to the Archpriest. And that will allow us just get up in the air and kill our opponent, right? So let's try to spend our mana efficiently. You know, hopefully we top deck land and can keep the rogue in hand, right? Increasing our party. Constellation with wizard, warrior with Constellation as well. The mill, they get our 2 best cards in the deck. That's kind of funny. Let's play the Archpriest first. That way when Alseid enters, the mage can become a copy of the Archpriest, and that might be better. Miloni's. Yeah, let's just take the draw, right? So the Archpriest is going to go down, but we'll get a double draw, and I think that's more valuable. And they kill the Archpriest. They don't know what we're doing, obviously. And that's one of the benefits of playing these new organic decks that other people aren't, is they're not sure how to prioritize their removal. Just the general playlines are more confusing, or there's more options, and therefore more room for error on their behalf. And, you know, 2 Setessan Champions, 3 in play, potentially 4. Like, that really starts to add up. And even 5 with the Mimic. I never thought of that. So if you look at it, it's like we're holding 3 Setessan Champions in our hand right now, right? Which is pretty cool. Won't complain at all really about that. I just wish they were all enchantments as well, so they don't not only had that ability, but they triggered the ability. You know, that would be a lot of fun. We may need to work in you know, an enchantment with escape because of the mill, if that's going to be a problem for us. Oh, there goes 2 enchantments off the top that are like absolutely perfect for us. Just got stabbed. We could have it enter as a copy of Alseid. We're gonna hit for 9. There's nothing to do here. It's just lost game. Oh, that was supposed to be a copy of Alseid, and we've just thrown this match away as well. That hurts. That hurts. A little misclick there, I guess. Yeah, that's a good game, they know. That's all right. We'll get there. Oof. A Mythic player playing rogues in the play queue. Okay. Alright. I kind of teased this deck the other day when we were working on our Selesnya party deck, because we found Setessan Champion and I was like, wow, this could possibly work with a party deck. We kind of whiffed in that deck a little bit as far as I'm concerned, but this one is a winner. I'm so pleased with myself at how fun this deck is to play and how well it can actually work within the current meta. So again, thank you guys for your time and attention. If you want to support, do so on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, our Amazon link as well. You can buy all your goodies through that. I get 3% and you know, it does add up, it stacks up, and eventually we can continue to roll even better content out for you guys. So again, thank you for all your time. Make sure to like the video, send it out to a friend as well, and obviously if you're watching to the end here, I'm sure you're already subscribed, but if not, hit that button and hit the bell as well, because we started giving away codes on our YouTube live premieres throughout the day as well. So, you know, come join us on our premiere. I'm there chatting with everybody, critiquing myself, having a good laugh, and giving away codes for you guys to get some free in-game goodies. Again, thank you so much. We'll see you again soon with another video. Take care. Have a great day.